What is going on, guys? DSCuber here, and today I have a really special unboxing from Nathan Wilson. Let's get right into it. Looks like there's a package within the package, so let's get into this one. And here it is. This should be the Rhombic Dodecahedron. And look at that, he also signed it. Alright, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that he was signing this puzzle. But it's a Rhombic Dodecahedron with like a tessellated kind of face pattern on one of the faces. Yeah, but this is a puzzle from Nathan Wilson. If you guys remember Nathan, he's one of the most famous puzzle designers and modders on YouTube. Well, at least he used to do YouTube. And if you notice in my little background collection that I like to display for my videos, I actually took out the Weird Cube. This is another Nathan Wilson puzzle. I bought this going back, I believe, 2018 or early 2019. But this is a puzzle that Nathan designed, and I bought this off of him on one of the puzzle trading forums. And I have an unboxing video for that as well, so you can go and watch that. Just click the little icon if you want to go and see it. But Nathan was a pretty big time guy on YouTube, and then all of a sudden he just stopped doing YouTube videos, and he cited burnout and just kind of generally tired of working on puzzles for YouTube, wanted to go at things at his own pace, and then all of a sudden on one of these puzzle trading forums he resurfaced and he was selling a bunch of puzzles. So I was like, of course I'm going to try and buy one, because I really admire his handiwork. I've always had a soft spot for the handcrafted puzzles. Yes, 3D printed stuff's really cool, but you know, the hand designed stuff is just really awesome. And he had a couple of really cool puzzles that were for sale, and I managed to pick up this one. So this is the Rhombic Dodecahedron, with a kind of random tessellated face. So let's give this thing some first turns. And it turns as one would expect. Like, I believe he uses a qiyi sail for most of his puzzles. But yeah, I mean, it's a sail. Or it should be a sail, at least. And I have to say, the one thing about the Rhombic Dodecahedron, I used to have one of these, and I ended up trading it away for a different puzzle, and I don't even remember what I traded it for. But, yeah, one of the things that I always kind of didn't like about the Rhombic Dodecahedron is how difficult it can be to kind of get a good grip on these faces, because they kind of, I don't know, they move around a lot, and it's hard to kind of keep your grip focused, if you understand kind of what I'm getting at. But yeah, I mean, it's a really neat puzzle. It's got some weight to it, because there's a lot of cutting that goes into these kinds of shape mods. So for example, with the Rhombic Dodecahedron, would be something looks head on like this, and then you have to kind of go in at these 120-degree angles, and you have to shear off like not only the corners, but then you have to go and shear off again from this, like this block of cubies, and it's a complicated process, and it takes a lot of skill to make shape mods like this, especially, you know, these little corners. They're like these triangular corners, and they're shaped down quite a bit. So yeah, it's just really neat getting to own another one of Nathan's puzzles. I'm really happy that I picked this thing up. Obviously I'm scrambling this right now, and doubtful that I'll be able to solve this on camera because, as my luck generally has it, I'm really bad with solving puzzles on camera. But we're gonna give this thing an attempt anyway. So let's... Oh gosh. I don't even know where to begin. The struggles of being more of a collector than a solver, but let's see if I can kind of make some headway. Actually, it looks like I'll be able to insert this piece right here. We got the tessellated face kind of solved. Wrong orientation for this piece though, so which means that I also unseat that piece, but that's okay. The one thing about this puzzle is that there is actually parity, because the edges don't have an orientation. Well, they do have an orientation, but it's like an implicit orientation. So that ends up causing parity, and I have no idea if we're going to encounter it, but if we do, it's not that big of a deal. I believe that we encountered parity, so I'm going to need to scramble this real quick and then reinsert this edge. There we go. Haha. I guess what you could call a PLL skip. So, there it is. The rhombic dodecahedron with the tessellated face. Once again, really happy that I picked this up from Nathan. If you guys would like to see me buy some of those builds when he makes them and puts them up for sale, be sure to let me know down in the comments section below. Anyway, that about wraps it up for this unboxing and first impressions video. Once again, huge thanks to Nathan Wilson for not only building this, but for selling it to me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content, and hit that bell icon so you can get notified for future uploads. Keep on cubing, guys, and I will see you in the next video.